Hey guys, it's Canon from Hollywood Studios here, and today we are going to be discussing some very interesting information that has just come out of Six Flags Frontier City. So, Frontier City just made the announcement that they plan to reopen on Friday, June 5th. So, at the time of this recording, that's in about a week, which is absolutely insane. And this means more than just Frontier City. If Frontier City plans to reopen on Friday, June 5th, other Six Flags parks will likely follow suit, and here's why. So, I have a video playing in the background that Six Flags Frontier City has released, just kind of going over what I'm about to say. So, I'm just going to go over the protocols that the parks are going to be requiring. So, for one, guests are going to be required to follow robust health policy, which means that they will have to be healthy for at least 14 days prior to their visit. Meaning, if you had coronavirus the past week or two, then you will not be allowed in the park. All guests and team members will be required to wear masks. All guests over the age of 2, meaning, have to wear the face masks. And if they're not covering the nose and mouth, they will not be accepted. So this is kind of expected. I think we all saw this coming. It's the most safe way they can do it. Screening protocols. They will conduct non-invasive temperature checks on guests. And you can see this in the video. I'm not exactly sure where it happens, but they have this new technology where it scans everyone's face and tells you their temperature. This is huge because it can tell you who's sick and who shouldn't be in the park. They also check the temperature of their employees in a similar fashion. Social distancing protocols. Now there is a lot in here, so let's go over it real quick. Control daily park capacity. We'll be controlling the maximum daily attendance at each of our parks to maximize the space available to each guest. This basically means that they're going to be implementing the reservation system, which we already knew, and that actually goes into their next point, where they want everyone to have a great experience at the front gate, and the reservation system is necessary, which I think everyone agrees with here. Because if you don't have the reservation system, then the park will get overcrowded, and it would not be good. They're also strongly encouraging guests to purchase parking in advance, and this is so that they can social distance when they're parking their vehicles and the parking lots don't get overstuffed. They are promoting 6 feet separation in all queues, meaning that there will be markers on the floor of all their park entry, ride, restroom, and dining queues to make sure that people keep a safe distance from one another. And there will be people, such as employees, monitoring the queues to make sure that no one is not following this, which is very, very good. They're also promoting guest separation in seating areas, which means that they will be reconfiguring their seating areas to make sure that there's plenty of distance between different parties, which, again, very good. They're also going to be separating guests on rides and attractions. So there's not that much information on this. All they say here is that they've developed custom plans for each of our rides and attractions to minimize contact between parties and follow social distancing guidelines. Strategies for separating guests, including empty rows and leaving empty seats between guests and ride vehicles. So, just taking a ride like El Toro, for example, right? The seats are pretty close together because you have 6 cars and the 3 rows in one car are pretty close together. So if I had to guess, they're probably going to have parties stay near each other, but then they'll have a row in between every party. I think that could probably work. And the face mask will prohibit people from spitting, which is also very disgusting, so it's very good to hear. Promote guest separation in water park changing areas. So from the sounds of it, it's kind of seeming like they want to open their water parks, which is honestly kind of surprising, but at the same time it's not, because chlorine can really disinfect very well. So they're going to be doing something very similar to what they're doing in the dry parks there. They will reduce indoor facility venue capacity, such as rides like Justice League Battle for Metropolis. That way that there will be plenty of room for social distancing between parties. Separate employees and guests with protective equipment. They are introducing individual protection and equipment at many of our food stalls to definitively separate guests from employees. So basically, if you guys have been to a supermarket or like something like Costco or BJ's, you guys know that they had the big shield in front of the register. That way people can't spit onto other people or get too close to other people that are selling them stuff. So they're going to be doing the same thing at the parks. They're also going to be minimizing guest contact during security pre-screen, which means that they will be using state-of-the-art technology designed to efficiently perform bag checks and metal detection with no contact. So this is actually very interesting because you can literally just walk through and it scans everything that's in your bag and your pocket. They probably had to dump a lot of money on this, which is why they likely canceled a lot of attractions. So this is really cool, and I can see them keeping this after social distancing guidelines are gone. Separate guest and entertainment viewing areas. Guest viewing entertainment in the form of live outdoor street shows, fireworks displays, or other people playing games will be separated from the performances and each other by at least 6 feet. So basically, the seats are going to be separated, 6 feet, kind of what you'd expect. Remote classroom training for employees. This means that every employee traditionally undergoes a significant amount of classroom training. This will be replaced with remote training whenever possible, kind of similar to what kids are doing for their schools. I know I am. I'm sure everyone else in the U.S. is. You have to stay at home, go on your computer, and learn from there. Pretty simple. So, sanitization and disinfection products. There's a lot here. I'm just going to try to go through it really quickly. They're going to introduce cleaning teams to disinfect common areas. They're going to provide hand sanitizer stations throughout the park, hand washing stations for guests throughout the park. They're going to monitor and sanitize restroom areas. They're going to continuously monitor and sanitize water park changing areas, continuously sanitize and disinfect ride units, continuously clean and sanitize employee work areas, encourage hand sanitization when entering ride queues, provide all team members with protective gear, priority cleaning regimen for all dining, cabana, and locker areas, quarantine, disinfect, and secure all food service items, eliminate open access condiment topping stations, eliminate self-service, cutlery, and napkin stations, ensure that only unused cups will be used at our beverage filling stations. This is something I want to stop on really quick. This means that they're kind of implementing something like Cedar Fair does. You will not be able to bring in your season pass cup or membership cup. You have to use plastic cups now, which is very interesting. So this might change the way things go after quarantine, after social distancing guidelines end. So definitely make sure to pay attention to that. They're also going to be eliminating buffets to ensure that all food items are shielded from guests, and they're going to reconfigure games to allow for effective sanitization and social distancing. Now, signage, communications, training, and guest onboarding protocols. Pre-visit guest onboarding program, where you guys have to watch a video, emails, documentation, the whole shebang, just to make sure you know what you're getting into before you go. Newsletter communication program. Guest newsletters will feature information about the best plan to visit the park. Topics include new screening procedures, security screening procedures, mobile ordering program processes, reservation systems, social distancing recommendations, disinfect procedures, and more. And social distancing messaging on Six Flags TV. It's not really important, it's just more promoting social distancing. Displays social distancing and hygiene signage. The signage is just going to remind people to practice social distancing and have good hand hygiene. And mandatory COVID-19 training for all Six Flags employees, which means that all employees have to participate in an online training program instructing them how to stay safe and keep their guests safe. So, that's it for what they're saying on their website, but I do want to talk a little more about what this means for the rest of the Six Flags parks reopening. So, I'm not 100% sure of the validity of this statement. I was told this by some members of my Discord server, and they said they saw it on NJ.com. I personally couldn't find the article, but I'm going to take their word for it. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the comment section. But apparently the other day, Governor Murphy said that large amusement parks such as Great Adventure could reopen on June 7th. That's apparently what he said. Again, don't quote me on it. I could be wrong there. But if that's the truth, other Six Flags parks might be jumping on this bandwagon and opening all before July, which, in my opinion, is very possible. When you see everything they're doing here, I mean, I get that this is in Oklahoma where coronavirus is nowhere near as bad as it is here in New Jersey, but I definitely think this could work at parks like Great Adventure, at parks like Darien Lake, Great Escape, Magic Mountain, the big parks that really do need to reopen. Now, as for Six Flags Great America, it's still not looking good for that park. As far as I know, their governor still will not let the park reopen until there's a vaccine. So, unfortunately for Illinois thrill seekers, you guys might have to go elsewhere to get your thrills. Again, they might have changed that ever since I last checked. I'm not 100% sure. This is all going off of memory. But yeah, I definitely think it's safe to say we can see amusement parks starting to reopen very soon. Hopefully all following the safety plans that they're supposed to follow. I know Six Flags is doing a fantastic job with what they're doing. I really am surprised with how good they're doing with this. The whole campaign, Do the Six, where they have they have 6 things that you need to do in the parks to stay safe. It's a great idea, and I'm glad that they're making the effort to open their parks, get them open for the general public and us coaster enthusiasts. So, all in all, what I want you guys to take away from this message is that the parks will be reopening very, very soon. And as long as everyone listens to the guidelines and protocols, everything will go good. This is not a joke. People have died. Millions of people have been infected. This is a major, major pandemic in our country. And if everyone can just follow the rules, take it seriously, and do what they're being told to do, it can all end soon, which is what I'm hoping can happen. So, that's going to do it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm posting a lot more videos lately on the channel, and I'd love to see you guys check them out. So, that's it for this video. I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye, guys.